So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and color it in. It could be whatever color you want to the screen. And then we're going to rotate it 45 degrees. This is going to give us a diamond template in order for us to kind of put on all of our assets on top of this template. And that'll kind of help reassure us that our pattern is going to come out seamless at the end. So here, the inspiration was just cozy socks for this particular pattern. So as you can see, I'm starting my first sock. This one is not going to be like super heavy on making sure everything is perfect. Really, in my opinion, a lot of the best patterns are those that look like they're hand drawn. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm making the first pair of socks this lovely shade of green, and we're working on that second one there, just coloring it in. And I'm using just a really soft brush. You can, in your palette, could probably find something in the sketching or the art brush packs, and if you want me to do a deeper dive in some of the brushes that I use, just let me know in the comments. So we're just filling in this boot, and then we will reshape it just a smidge here. I thought it was just a little too boxy. It was looking more like a boot than a sock, so I was just kind of reshaping it here, and just kind of making sure that it's the shape that I wanted. They should be siblings, not twins in this case. So as you can see, I was adding another layer on top of that, and I did it as a clipping mask so that I am able to do a cute little design without having to worry about that design coming off of the sock boot that I created here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of decorating it, adding my own little spin. We have the cute little squiggles at the top, and then the cute little parts at the toe and the heel. Then here I'm going to be adding just some cute little hearts in another complementary shade. Go crazy with the color palette. Have fun. Choose something that you really like. I wanted something that was sweet and soft. It kind of reminiscent of Christmas, but definitely not like fully focused on Christmas since it's past. But I still wanted something really cute and cozy. So as you can see, we're just decorating both of the socks with the little hearts, the little yellow hearts. So we're getting it on one sock, and then we'll move on to the next sock in just a bit. Rating of the second one, we just essentially did the same thing. Just decorated the sock, made it look very handmade, which I love. And now we're going to move on to the second sock. So I'm doing each of the socks on a different layer so that we'll be able to copy and paste and move things around without having to worry about moving around all of the socks at the same time. So we're doing a very similar process where I'm making two socks. And these are going to be like a cute little pinky color. Again, we're trying to make them siblings, not twins. I think the soft, kind of playful look of something that's hand drawn is what's really going to make this one look very unique. Again, if you want your socks to be super perfect, take all the time you need. But for me, I love when it looks like someone drew this, and it looks like, you know, a little imperfect, because it makes it just a little bit sweeter to me. We're adding some polka dots onto the sock, just trying to make it distinctively different from the first one. And then here we're going to be working on our next sock. As you can see, I'm adding yet another layer for this one. And this one is going to be a nice yellow. I thought it would be a cute little pop of color for the pattern itself. So again, we're making a shape. This one I wanted to kind of look like the socks were laid out, about to, you know, you're about to stick your feet in there and get all nice and cozy. So we have them kind of like at an angle. So we are adding just some elements, as you can see, to the heel. We're just trying to make sure that everything looks exactly how we want it to look before we start playing around with it as far as the pattern is concerned. So here I'm adding just a little bit more color to it so it has a little character like the rest of these socks. And I was going to use the same method where I was using a clipping mask, but I decided I wanted them to have kind of like a furry edge. So we're adding like a nice little cool blue on top to complement. And then I merged those two together. I'm someone who definitely loves doing everything in layers. I've learned the hard way that you definitely want to have things separated and then you can always combine later, but it just makes it super easy if you want to make any changes to what you're making. And so that's what I'm doing here, just kind of adding more detail to it. I did add a little bit of blue to the heel of this sock, just kind of making it its own little character in this pattern. So once I figure out that part, so as you can see, I did change that last set to blue, but I'm definitely going to change it back to yellow because I think that yellow will coordinate better. But I am just kind of playing with the layout a little bit and trying to see like what I want it to look like. Really, this is the part that's more an exploration. You're kind of just seeing where your elements will fit in, how will everything look well together in this piece, because what you have to think of is this diamond that you're creating here, it is going to repeat several times on a piece of fabric, on a desk mat or something like that. So you really want to make sure that the shape is exactly what you want it to look like. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. It's just playing around with where everything's gonna go, the different elements. Do I want to double some of these elements? I'm really just kind of exploring what I want to do here. And so you're kind of seeing that thought process on screen of what do I want to add, because clearly this isn't, enough. So I am adding another sock to the party, and this one is just like a nice little red sock. We all have that red sock this time of year. Someone gave us some cute little Christmas socks, and so on this one we're adding another bunch of warm, cozy red socks. And so I'm just working on the shape, just trying to make it look more like a sock and less like a boot. And then I'm just kind of, playing around with the shape. This is, again, my favorite part, is just figuring out the elements, what I want them to look like, and really just like having fun with it and trying not to like stress myself out about making sure that everything is exactly perfect. That's the fun part of this. So I'm doing the same technique that I did with the other socks. We're going to use the clipping mask to make sure that our design doesn't fall off of the sock. And then we're just coloring it in. We did a little detail on the heel, a little detail around the top part of the sock. And now we have 4 different assets to play with. So now I'm really going to go in and shape out this template and see exactly where and how I want to set this up. So that's what this next bit is going to be. Just really you looking at my thought process and how the pattern never comes out perfectly right away. So it's okay to play around with the shape, the size, the color. Once you know kind of the path that you want to work on, it's easier to kind of like, envision it. So here I have them kind of where I want them, and to bring in more of a winter vibe, I'm adding some snowflakes to make it cozy. Again, these are not perfect snowflakes because I wanted this pattern to really look very hand-drawn. So these were just some soft little stars that are reminiscent of snowflakes. And as you can see, it really is starting to make it look very cozy and wintry as I'm bringing in more of the elements together and playing with this template. So again, and as you can see, it was on a separate layer. And so now we're going in with the little balls that are also representative of snowflakes, just to again make it feel nice and cozy, like, oh, these are my socks, and it's a nice winter snowy day and I'm inside. I feel the warmth from this little pattern of ours. So I'm still just kind of adjusting, adding new elements. You don't want it to be too busy, so I think having 4 main assets and then kind of going in and filling in is kind of my perfect recipe. But again, you may find something that you enjoy better, so by all means, find something that you enjoy doing, because this is you taking this template and turning it into something you really want to see. So as you can see, I'm still kind of playing around with it, and I've now merged it down. At this point, what I like is to have the pattern on one piece and then the template on another layer, and then that's how I practice to see whether or not the repeat works properly. I save it as a group, and then I always like to just save one where it is completely untouched. So as you can see here, I am going to start testing out this pattern to see if it works. So we move it up, and then we move it to the left for one. We're going to turn on the next group. We're going to move it up. No, hold on, here we go. We're going to move it up, and then we're going to move it to the right. And as you can see, you definitely want your snapping on. That's going to help you the most. Those lines you see, it's because it's snapping. We're going to turn on the next group. We're going to move that down and to the left. And then we're going to turn on our next one. And you guessed it, it's going to be going down and to the right. Here we go. There we go. And as you can see, it's leaving that diamond pattern that we had right there in the center. And then once we turn on that last one, it completes our repeat. And you did it. You did it. You were able to use the different templates, and as you can see, I'm just kind of going in and deleting that template because now we get the option of playing with the color behind it. That's why I was saying before, you can totally make it whatever color you want as a background for the template because it's not going to stay there permanently. Now I'm flattening those groups so that I can merge all of it together into one seamless pattern. Okay, so then underneath, now we're going to play with the different colors. So you'll see here where I'm playing with different colors. By all means, if you're like, hey, this green works for me, you're done here. But I like to keep playing with the colors and seeing which ones I like best. But at this point, your seamless pattern is done. And so as you can see, once I figure out the color that I like the best as the background for this pattern, then we're going to test the repeat again just to make sure that these seams work perfectly, and that, like, if we were to print this out onto paper for scrapbooking, or if you wanted to send this off to a manufacturer and turn this into fabric, that there would be absolutely no reason why your seams don't match up. So again, I am playing with it, and it looks like here I'm about to start testing. So I do the same technique. I group them together, and then I merge that one group together, and we're about to test it. So when you're testing it, instead of doing the up and to the side, now all you'll be doing is taking them and putting them into those squares that pulls up once you have it snapped. And you can see that on the screen that we're literally just taking them and pulling them to each corner so that we can test our repeat. And it works! And as you can see, we made the cutest little seamless pattern.